He ain't called me and asked me to do that. I did that. I walked into Meek wasn't even there. So
what we do here is go back.
Time for some real shit. It's time for some real shit, y'all.
I'm trying to think positive. I got a lot on my mind, combined with my prerogative. And now I got a kid, instead of worried about dying. Now I'm trying to live and I ain't got a lot to give. I hardly got a pot to piss. Fruits of my labor becoming rotten. Keeps grinding out of option. Shit, me, I'm to the clock with it. Some niggas to the block with it. I ain't knocking it, but what you know about knocking shit back to back just so you check. Be on some prop.
Oh yeah, we could definitely formulate an opinion after this one. It's your boy SiG, SilenceIsGod, Entertainment, News, Media, and Knowledge. If you ain't subscribed for us, because obviously you ain't give a damn, definitely hit that like button after this video is over. Now listen, basically, the best part of the interview was Beanie Sigel checking Charlamagne the God. Because Charlamagne the God, listen to this. If I didn't have no facts on this channel, I would have no likes on this channel, I would have no shares, I would have no subscribers. If you don't got your credentials right, if you don't have your sources right, you shouldn't be doing this. Like, if you're going to be a news and media outlet or work for a news and media outlet, how you going to not know the story or full story behind, I don't know, let's say the person you're about to interview? You dig what I'm saying? You can't formulate an opinion, have millions of people, because millions of people do listen to them, millions of people listening to you, and you don't even got the facts straight. So that's number one. Beanie Sigel was right. He wasn't qualified. Because Envy was qualified. I know Evangeline was there. I think she was, but whatever. She was qualified because they be having their facts straight and they know the full story. So we appreciate people like that. Now, anyway, so that was the best part of the interview. The other part of the interviews was just him reiterating things from Techstone podcast. Beanie Sigel had to keep on reiterating things because Charlamagne the God didn't know the whole story, or wasn't even trying to look forward to it, wasn't even trying to seek information on the topic. So now we got Beanie Sigel. He pretty much exposed himself. This isn't just a full-blown, oh, you know, we are righteous for Beanie Sigel. No, Beanie Sigel exposed himself in this interview. Number one, I want to tell you this. Beanie Sigel didn't do his research. If Beanie Sigel would have seen, he revealed that he didn't know about 92 bars like he did in Techstone interview. He revealed that he didn't know 92 bars, that he got a shout out or a big up from the game. And he jumped on Meek Mills diss track. Number one, you didn't think, why is Meek Mills dissing the game? I mean, after 92 bars, that was pretty much the fire that lit this whole situation. And you telling me, Beanie Sigel, that you ain't go and be like, before I jump on this track, let me figure out what's going on. You did no research, you just jumped out the window. Now, that's number one he exposed. Number two, he exposed the fact that no one invited him to ghostwrite or to be in the studio. Nobody invited this man.
Get the provide me what loyalty, with who? He ain't provide me no opportunity. He ain't called me and asked me to do that. I did that. I walked into Meek wasn't even there. It was just Omelly in the studio.
Oh, so Meek called you to the studio?
No.
Meek called you to the studio?
No.
How'd you get to the studio? Who called? Like, how did you know they were?
It wasn't no call. It wasn't no call. It was somebody told me.
Time for some real shit.
Now, I'm a pizza man. If I gotta make 13 pizzas for an order that's supposed to be done in an hour, somebody come in and make 2 of those pies, and I walk off and go to the bathroom. I come back and they giving you all the credit. Not only giving you all the credit, but you take all the credit. And next thing you know, I'm looking like the bad guy, or I'm looking like I ain't doing my job. That's pretty much what just happened in this situation. Now, he came in the studio, invited himself over. Let's say this pizza guy, he invited himself over and just did 2 pies out of nowhere. Now, he just made me look bad. No, that's literally the situation. Nobody hired him. Not only that, but you helped Omelly out and it was still trash, and added ghostwriter to the snitch allegations that Meek Mills already going through. So pretty much this whole situation is looking opportunistic. Even though you don't want to admit it, that's what he said he didn't want to, be an opportunist type of guy. That's what it looks like. However, the knockout was a technical foul and uncalled for. Even though your words are supposed to be bond, son, but back in the day, that's what it used to be. I don't know how you backtrack on the statement that you put out and you didn't do research on the whole diss track situation with him versus the game. So pretty much you invited yourself into another man beef, even though it got a little out of hand. The fact of the matter is, he kind of caused it on himself. That's just from my research. Now, I was expecting many diss tracks because back in the day, Philly, they used to come out with diss CDs, the whole CD be a diss track. So I ain't gonna lie, I was kind of expecting this, and I would have did more if I got knocked out too. So I can't blame you. Your ego got a little hurt during that situation. The dude, you said that in the interview that if the dude didn't do his interview on you, I think Top 215 or something like that. I don't want to get his name right anyway because there was a criminal activity involved. But he had did an interview against you, and then they did another interview with Carcino, some people from Bean's family members or whatever, or people related to Bean's talking about the situation and saying and revealing information that happened in the past, dealing with I don't know, with some personal beef, also dealing with him inside his own family. So they saying that he should have been knocked out a long time ago in that interview or whatever. I'm gonna try to look for it and put that in the description below. So this whole situation is kind of looking like, damn, it's kind of justified but unjustified. So we're gonna go down the checklist of things.
Provide you opportunity at the time.
Man, get the out of here, Charlamagne, man. Provide me what loyalty? With who? He ain't provide me no opportunity. He ain't called me and asked me to do that. I did that. I walked into Meek wasn't even there. It was just Omelly in the studio.
Oh, so Omelly called you to the studio?
No.
Meek called you to the studio?
No.
How'd you get to the studio? Who called? Like, how do you know they were?
It wasn't no call. It wasn't no call. It was somebody told me, Lil Chop, me cousin, yo, Omelly in the studio. They recording something. I go in there. Oh, this is what y'all doing. I wasn't even gonna get on it. I was just like, all right. XYZ, help him out. Nah, you gotta do this, bro. Say this. I went in and referenced the track for him. And they just kept that part in there with my vocals. 2 bars. That's all I said. I don't even think it was a whole 2 bar, maybe a bar. 2 bars. So they just kept my voice in there.
All right.
But I ain't get no phone call, Matt, come help, come ride, come do that. That ain't go down. I told y'all that on Task Point. I ain't get a call from Omelly. I ain't get a call from me. They in the studio. I went to the studio. What's the situation?
But is it true that you said that you just wanted to get next to him because he wasn't returning your call by the concert or something?
It wasn't. See my word. I might have said it wasn't about that.
Cause that.
It wasn't about that.
Cause that. That's what made me be like, that's real snake. If you wanted him to do the show.
Nah.
He didn't want to do the
it ain't
show.
had
Like,
nothing about that. It ain't had nothing about that. If you listen to it, it was a situation that the show that he had that people wanted him to do. It was like when I realized it, why he didn't want to do it after the fact. He wanted to show his game. Now, what snake is? What snake is? Knowing I didn't hear the 92 part. If I would have heard that, I would have said, all right, you can't do that. But you know this dude just picked me up in a record, shouted me out crazy. You knew that. You know I didn't hear that.
So you didn't hear the record at all before?
At all.
Okay.
Time for some real shit.
If you like this segment, please hit that like button, because spreading your own opinion or your own personal opinion, people do not like that and they will hit that dislike button. So please, it's going to be a battle. But anyway, let's get down to the nitty gritty. Who's the real snitch of this situation? It wasn't Meek Mills. Sorry to tell you this, it wasn't Meek Mills. It was Sean Kingston. So knock that on the checklist. Now, number 2, you notice that after about a week or two since the game was supposed to be, the release of the game album was supposed to come out or whatever, guess what? He's been kind of quiet, and then his album just dropped the other day, and noticed that he evaporated out of the situation. So publicity stunt? Yes. Knock that on the checklist. Definitely was a publicity stunt. Was it right for Beans to say that he was Meek Mill's ghostwriter? Come on, like ghostwriter for Meek Mills or Omelly, all this time, like for the longevity of their career, whatever the case may be? No, it wasn't right on that situation. So we're gonna knock that on the checklist. Now we're gonna put should he have got snuck? Should that interview have came out on Beanie Sigel and discredit his whole name or try to make him look bad or whatever the case may be? Should that have happened? Probably not. You dig? Probably not in that situation. So put that on the checklist. And then we're going to have, last but not least, let's keep it real on this situation right here. should we ever believe any of these rappers who ever come out with these diss tracks to talk about something, threatening you through the whole diss track, saying they gonna blow up something and kill this and kill that, and you know what I'm saying, for all this respect? Should we ever believe these niggas? Because I don't know how many diss tracks that came out, but nobody has shot or did shit. The only person who really did shoot something was Stitches. So anyway, should we knock on the checklist? Should we ever believe these niggas ever again? No. Anyway, I just wanted to keep it real with you on there. Please hit that like button or that subscribe button. Now, this interview right here, I mean, it was weak. You know what I'm saying? It was a good interview, but it was kind of weak. All he did was pretty much explain that Oschino said, because he got a real problem with him. He never really liked Beans or whatever, never wanted to be in a group with him, never wanted him to be the lead, and he revealed that pretty much Beans took some money, or they did a show, and they found out years later that Beans took the money or whatever the case may be for a show that they thought they did for free or they never got paid for it. Find out Beans got paid for it, they did. But anyway, he had the real problem with Beanie Sigel or whatever. He never really liked him. So that's his opinion. That's the way he felt about him. I don't know the energy or the way they was back in the day or whatever, so I can't really say too much on that situation. Peedi Crack, he was on his chill. You know what I mean? He Peedi now because he can't, Peedi Crack, like the crack in his name wound up hindering him from getting future brands and deals and things of that nature. But anyway, he pretty much was on his chill. I guess he got a slight problem with him, and I think the money problem affected him too. But he didn't seem like he held any grudge too much anyway. He had his own little feel of the situation, and hey, I respect it. But the interview didn't reveal too much. It wasn't no big super issue. I don't know if any diss tracks is going back and forth, but Oschino the smart one. Not the smart one. I ain't mean to say that like they Beavis and Butthead or nothing, but Oschino, he revealed that he understands how monetization works, and he understands that he could have been rich a long time ago. And the things that he said in this interview was definitely worth listening to if you're, I don't know, let's say a YouTuber. But anyway, that's the information I got from this. You know what I'm saying? If you know what I'm talking about, definitely hit that like button on that one. But anyway, we're gonna go into the end of this video. After the interview dealing with Beanie Sigel, Omelly pretty much expressed his opinions about Beanie Sigel. He pretty much think he fake, he a snake, you know what I mean, a fraud, a person, opportunist and everything, you know what I mean, a creep, you know what I mean. He can't trust him, and he shouldn't be trusted or whatever. And after all this shit done happened, pretty much you can't really blame Omelly. He a part of the Dream Chasers. Of course he gonna feel like that. You know what I'm saying? He's saying that, and Beanie Sigel did backtrack, so you know what I mean, rightful so for him to have that opinion on the brother. But anyway, this is all speculation coming from us just observing the situation. We don't know what's really going on behind closed doors, if they calling each other, if they going, squash the beef or whatever. Beanie Sigel did say he would squash the beef, so we're gonna see how this thing play out. Anyway, that's just a situation dealing with all the interviews and all this shit that's going down, and me just keeping it real. I'm up out of here. Enjoy the rest of y'all day. This your boy SilenceIsGod, entertainment, news, media, and knowledge. Definitely check out my last video, definitely the best web series, part 4. It's out, and peace.
SilenceIsGod.